Hey cricket fans, I'm Hope and welcome to Sports Quiz Master. Today we're diving into the golden era of the 1980s with our hardest cricket quiz yet. Can you identify these 15 legendary cricketers who left their mark on the game? Get ready to test your knowledge and maybe learn something new. Let's begin. Can you identify this Kiwi gloveman who was a nightmare for batsmen in the 80s? He held the record for most dismissals by a New Zealand wicketkeeper in tests. It's Ian Smith, the reliable keeper who took 176 dismissals in 63 tests, setting which Pakistani opener scored a double century at Lord's in 1982. He was the first Pakistani to achieve this feat. Mohsin Khan, the stylish batsman who scored 200 against England at Lord's in 1982. Who's this English cricketing legend whose performance in the 1981 Ashes series became the stuff of legend? It's none other than Ian Botham, the charismatic all-rounder who changed games single-handedly. Which Indian batsman was known as the Colonel and scored 3 consecutive centuries at Lord's? It's Dilip Vengsarkar, the elegant stroke maker who scored centuries at Lord's in 1979, 1982 and 1986, a unique achievement for an overseas batsman. Can you name this Aussie wicketkeeper who scored a century on Test debut in 1983? It's Wayne Phillips. He scored 159 in his debut test against Pakistan in 1983, batting as a wicketkeeper-batsman. Who's this Indian spinner who formed part of the famous Indian spin quartet in the 1970s and early 1980s? Erapalli Prasanna, the master of flight and deception with the ball, taking 189 wickets in just 49 tests between 1962 and 1978. Which Sri Lankan batsman scored his country's first Test century in 1982? It's Ranjan Madugale. He scored 65 and 103 against India in 1982, becoming the first Sri Lankan to score a Test century. Can you recall this South African all-rounder who captained the team in their first ODI after readmission to international cricket? Clive Rice. He captained South Africa in their first ODI after readmission in 1991, despite most of his prime years being lost to the sporting boycott. Which English batsman was known for his defensive approach and played a crucial role in the 1981 Ashes series? Chris Tavery, known for his ultra-defensive batting, he played a key supporting role in England's famous Ashes victory in 1981. Who's this Pakistani keeper who effected 8 dismissals in a Test innings against India in 1987? Salim Yusuf. He took 7 catches and 1 stumping in a single innings against India in 1987, equaling the then world record for most dismissals in a Test innings. Which West Indies pacer was known as Whispering Death and took 14 wickets in a Test match against England in 1976? It's Michael Holding. Known for his silent, lethal approach, he took 149 at the Oval in 1976, one of the greatest bowling performances in Test history. Can you name this Aussie who scored centuries in each innings of his Test debut in 1982? Greg Ritchie. He scored 106 and 100 not out on his Test debut against Pakistan in 1982, a rare feat in Test cricket. Which Indian domestic cricket legend held the record for the highest individual score in Ranji Trophy for over 50 years? B.B. Nimbalkar. His unbeaten 443 for Maharashtra against Kathiawar in 1948-49 remained the highest Ranji Trophy score until 2018. Which Indian left-arm spinner took 727 in just his second Test match in 1982? It's Maninder Singh, the talented spinner who burst onto the international scene with 727 against Pakistan in 1982 at just 17 years of age. Can you recall this English spinner who took 11 wickets in his debut Test series against India in 1983? It's Nick Cook. He took 535 in his debut innings and finished his first series with 11 wickets, promising a bright future that unfortunately didn't fully materialise. And that's a wrap on our 1980s Cricket Legends quiz. How many did you get right? Whether you aced it or learned about some new cricket heroes, I hope you had fun. I'm Hope, and this has been Sports Quiz Master. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more sports quizzes. See you next time for another challenge.